What's up, Hooligan Nation? We're back for another midweek special segment of all original material. Actually, kind of by accident. Yesterday, I stumbled across a KISS song I have never heard, and we thought it was worth a discussion and wondered if anyone else did not know that this even existed. So if you didn't know about this song, drop it in the comments below. On January 28th, 2015, KISS released Samurai Sun with the Japanese all-female group Momoiro Clover Z.
It's easy for you.
Momoiro Clover Z. I probably killed it. The song was an iTunes exclusive, and they did release a music video which was part live action and part anime and included Clover Z. I personally think the video is great and was pleasantly surprised to find this little nugget that I didn't even know existed. There also seems to be multiple versions of this song out there. To me, this song is significant because it seemed like they really didn't care what anyone thought at this point. They were doing what was fun and actually comes through in this song. Paul seems to be singing to his capabilities, which is great. And hold on to your knickers, folks, because I'm about to give Tommy Thayer a compliment. I know. I love his playing on this song. I think it's the first time I think it's Tommy Thayer playing and not a fake Fraley. Yep. Yep. I said it. I did it. Sorry, not sorry. To me, Tommy always seems to be playing like Ace. At some point in my life, before I get shuffled off this rock, I probably should go back to Black and Blue and really pay attention to his guitars there, because I guess there's a chance that Tommy just plays like Ace, but I doubt it. I think
That first Black and Blue album is awesome. So
I'm not saying
no, but I didn't get a feel of Ace on that from what
I'm not saying it's bad at all.
And for those of you who don't know, if you take a look at the history of our episodes, he's been very friendly to Tommy Thayer, to be sarcastic.
Love you, Tommy. Hey, you know what? I've always said from the start of this, I don't care who it is, I'll give them credit if I think they earn the credit. I like the song. I'm not sure why I like the song, but I like the song.
Well, you just introduced it to me today, and I listened to it. It's different. It's definitely got like a little bit of Japanese feel, like undertones in the song. The rhythm guitar is cool. There's like you were saying, there's some good solos there by Tommy. It's different. The video's interesting. The video's pretty interesting. I like it. It's kind of neat. They flash on each member at different times, playing different things. And then there's other clips that I was doing some research with it, and I had noticed that they showed the interaction behind the scenes a little bit of the interaction between KISS and the group and girl group, and how they bonded with them over there. And then there was also an interview I saw, like, why did they do this? And Paul's response was, because we can. So sounded like it was a project he just wanted to do.
And I believe that statement. I don't know why, but I just it to me it comes through the song that they did it because they wanted to. And I think it's a great thing for the Japanese fans. I think that's cool. Like the Japanese fans, the Australian fans, I think a lot of times get forgotten because of the American fans. But the Australian fans and the Japanese fans were rabid KISS fans. Like, the stories are amazing. So I think it's kind of nice to give back to them. I don't know anything about this Momoiro Clover Z. I know it's an all-girl Japanese musical group. That's about all I know about them. But I'm guessing they're probably extremely popular in Japan.
Well, you made me think about how just like, our view of this band is already like huge. And then you think about the connections they've had with Japan. I mean, just how much they've connected with so many different countries as a band too. I mean, their reach is bigger than any band I think that I can ever think of. Maybe the Beatles. Again, back to the Beatles again.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the Beatles. Yes, Emily, I don't know anything about the Beatles, but I don't know enough about the Beatles to know where else did they take over the world. The world changed when the Beatles landed on American soil.
Well, the other thing too is
But did that happen anywhere else other than the United Kingdom and America?
if you talk to a lot of people, the Beatles influenced a lot of musicians in a different way, and I think Kiss influenced a lot of musicians to want to be rock stars. And just the influence was had, I think, just as much impact, but just in a little bit different way. I mean, anything you watch with Sebastian Bach talking about Kiss is freaking awesome.
Well, he's a huge Kiss fan. I
Yeah,
mean,
but I mean,
he's a
he talks about being that little kid at the Dynasty during Dynasty. How you remember how they were like, we're doing something wrong because there's nothing but kids in the audience, and those kids were Sebastian Bach, and like, there's so many of these rock stars that made big time careers selling millions of records because their influence started with Kiss. They wanted to be what Kiss was, and
yeah,
Kiss wanted to be what the Beatles were.
and to get back to Samurai Son, because we're not gonna get on the Beatles unless we're gonna step on them.
Well,
Because
no, the connection was Japan and their worldview.
I think I think Samurai Son may be my favorite last version of Kiss song.
It's my favorite Japanese connection song of Kiss.
I don't know, do they have another Japanese
No, that's
connection
why it's
song?
my favorite.
I would call that my favorite song with Eric and Tommy. I actually like the song, and I went deep diving in YouTube and found there's multiple versions of the song. One of the times that they went to Japan, they sang it live. I thought it sounded good live. I'm still searching for more versions of it. What I thought was a cool thing for anybody that doesn't know where to find this, it is on Spotify. It's on Spotify as an EP in 2015, and it has Samurai Son, and then I'm guessing it has Samurai Son in Japanese. It's got a version of Rock and Roll All Night with this Momoiro Clover Z singing it. I can't say that I like it, but it's kind of cool to listen to it. It's a they sound like a Japanese pop group singing Rock and Roll All Night. I thought it was cool. I thought the video was very cool. I thought it was very cool that Kiss is out there spending money in 2015 on music videos when they clearly don't have to, and it's clearly not going to make them any money. And that does not look like it was a cheap video. Paul Stanley wrote the song with, I think his name is Greg Collins. He's an engineer, songwriter type. I don't know anything about him. I've never heard of him before. That's really all I got for it. I said this in past Wednesday segments. We usually pick a segment out of a past full episode to highlight it, something that we think is extra interesting. And I still think that's going to be the norm of what we're going to do. But when something like this comes up, or Kiss Killers with 4 new tracks comes up, or what is going to come out tomorrow. We're filming on January 28th, and Wednesday, January 29th, we're going to put out a special midweek segment of Kiss Unmasking on MTV. For things like that are 10-15 minute segments. I think it's kind of cool as a bonus to give the subscribers and the listeners out there something more instead of rerunning something that they may have already seen or heard.
Well, I mean, as a KISS fan, one of the things that I always find cool is when something that you didn't know about the band. So,
Oh,
like, I didn't know about this, or maybe a lot of KISS fans out there didn't know about it. You're right. The video is pretty well produced. It's pretty cool. I only watched it one time, but I liked what I saw. But it was I didn't know anything about this, and it's pretty neat to see. So
yeah.
hopefully we introduced it to some of the hooligans that haven't seen it. Hopefully we
Th-
introduced it to them.
that's kind of what I'm hoping is that we get a bunch of comments after this goes out of, hey, I've never heard of this. Because it was dumb luck. I was Googling Kiss history for January 28th today. I was Googling Kiss history yesterday, and up popped this song, Samurai Sun. And I'm like, I don't know what this is. And then I went to YouTube and put it on, and all of a sudden I was like, huh, this is not. And it was what I originally found was the live version in Japan, and then found the video, and it was like Christmas because I had never, whether ultimately, whether for the people out there, ultimately, whether you like it or not really doesn't matter. It's a part of history, and I think it's a part of history, at least to me, that not a lot of people know of. I listen to a lot of podcasts from a lot of Kiss experts. I have never heard anyone bring this song up, bring the video up. So I feel like the Hooligan Nation might have an exclusive of sorts. So,
Hopefully, like I said,
and
hopefully it's being
and
introduced.
on top of the the exclusive, you got a positive comment from me about Tommy Thayer.
Yeah, that's legendary right there.
It may never happen again. I don't think it's ever happened before today, and it may never happen again. So, Tommy, if you're out there, much love. You did a good job on that song. You still were trying to be ace in the video, but we're going to let that pass today.
Well, for the record, I love Black and Blue, Tommy.
Yeah, I like Black and Blue. I got nothing bad to say about Black and Blue. When Tommy Thayer plays Tommy Thayer, everything works out and it's good. And I don't want to get into the hatred of Tommy. I gave him a compliment. We can go on for an hour about this, but we probably shouldn't, because the longer we go on, the more chances are I'm going to say things that are not going to be Tommy positive. And
Can I
I'm
sum
trying. Today is Tommy Positive Tuesday.
for the people who don't know? Can I just sum up where that stuff comes from quickly?
You can sum up anything you want.
The Tommy Thayer thing is he does all Ace's moves, and he just you know he
He
doesn't
irks me.
he irks him. So just in case you didn't know, there's some funny moments in our past episodes where he's shown Tommy some love sarcastically.
I look, I have nothing against Tommy personally. I have never met Tommy. I don't have anything against him. I'm sure look, this has been said straight to my face before, and I agree with this. Somebody wrote Tommy a check to play in Kiss. He had to wear the makeup. That is a check that I would not have turned down. I would have done the same exact thing. So if you want to call me a hypocrite, I'm guilty when it comes
I,
to
I
this.
I think that this comes more from your love for the original Spaceman.
Well, I don't know if this goes into, I give Eric Singer a pass, and look, this is something that I think I give Eric a pass because Eric was a member of Kiss Unmasked, and he was Eric Singer. He was on a couple records. He was on Carnival of Souls and he was on Revenge. And he was his own persona. I understand it was out of makeup, but he was his own persona. And I still think that Eric does what Eric does. Eric does not play the drums like Peter Criss does. Eric can play circles around Peter Criss. And my favorite member of the band, but Eric's a better drummer. Shit, for that matter, Eric Carr was a better drummer. Anybody with ears knows that. But they were all different.
But the
Every
value that
time
Peter Criss brought to KISS is
I'm
under is
not
under no, no, I'm just saying,
I'm not
saying this
knocking
either.
Peter.
The value that he brought to the foundation of this band can never be denied. And
Not
I
trying
don't
to
yeah,
knock
yeah,
Peter. Look,
I
for
know.
that matter, I'm not trying to knock Tommy Thayer. This is kind of a double-edged sword in a lot of ways because look, we got this song. We got this song because the band could keep rolling and making new music and touring because they could all get along. So in that respect, I give Tommy all the credit in the world. We got an extra 20 years out of this band. 20 years, 2 full albums, a surprise song. Shit, we may find more surprise songs while doing this. I give Tommy credit for that. You have to. I just don't like the fact that he's a cardboard cutout, or at least it feels like he's a cardboard cutout of Ace. And then I watch Eric Singer in makeup, and he is not. Eric is still Eric. Does he play the cat man? Yes, but he doesn't live it. Samurai Sun, good song, good video. If you get the chance, Hooligans, check it out. You can find it all over YouTube. You can find the song on Spotify. It's on its own EP on Spotify. I was Googling and reading that it was on a compilation record, but KISS has so many compilation records. I went through like 4 of them and couldn't find the song. So if anybody needs any help trying to find the song or can't find it for some reason and wants to, drop us an email. Our email will be in the show notes, or drop a comment in the comments, and I will try to help you out and get you pointed in the right direction. You got anything else?
No, I'm good.
Cool, cool. If you like this episode and you are on our YouTube channel, check out this episode. It's somewhere up here. You'll find it right here. And don't ever forget. You're not going to forget, are you?
Never.
If it's too loud, you are too old. Peace out, nation.